Alright, I'm trying out a unscripted video thing so you can hear my stream of consciousness about mech stuff and all that jazz. So, my New Year's resolution, or one of them anyway, is to get more organized. You can see that the MechWorks is a bit of a mess right now. I ended up getting a bunch of donations from an anonymous person of like microcontrollers and various bits and bobs. So, in addition to having mech parts lying around, there have been like a little boxes upon boxes of microcontrollers, which has made things a little messy. A few in progress projects kicking around. And of course, normal everyday stuff like my tractor here with a snowplow on it, which is a lifesaver, even though half the time I'm riding on top of the snowbanks instead of inside them. But it has been kind of messy, you know, working on stuff, trying to organize it all by my onesie. But, you know, being all by your onesie is kind of fun because you aren't a slave to the algorithm and trying to desperately make money off your videos and all that stuff. I can just kick back, do things at my own pace, and have a fun time. But some of the more eagle-eyed fellas in the audience, I've also seen on YouTube there are a few ladies in the audience. Hello. That there's a few things missing from the workshop. That is because, as some of the community post has, you know, told, I've been working on a place to put the mech. Because, you know, being outside, you can only do so much when it's raining and yucky and snowy and trying to climb all around the trailer. So what I am going to be having to do is to get the mech driving first on her 4 fat little treads to move her to the new mech house. And you can see it's not going to be an easy feat. I got to replace the iron cast dollies under here with the actual motor module, and then get it all connected to the computer so I can drive her using the control panel gamepad all the way to the I suppose call it a mech hangar. And it's a bit of a trip, so I will go and show you exactly how long it's going to be to get there. Alright, you can see the previous sort of shelter I tried setting up. It didn't turn out all that well. It's got these little itty-bitty noodly metal pieces, so it broke when a bit of snow, I guess, got on it. And the snow came during the night, so I could not brush it off before it fell down, which is annoying. That is $300, unfortunately, down the drain, but it did last the summer, so I guess that, you know, is a bit worth it. I also still have this platform here that I can use for storage of mech infrastructure stuff under that overhang there. I guess I could use it to store like the various carts and dollies and things off the ground in some of the woods and bits. Anyway, so here is the mech hangar. So, darn traffic going by. So, we'll step inside. We've got a nice plywood floor. It's relatively level, considering how lumpy the ground is underneath. And this is going to be real nice, because then I don't have to be grubbing around in the dirt and muck working on the mech, which, although it is a testament to my stubbornness, why complicate things if you don't need it? So I've got a extension cord running from the garage all the way out here into a power strip, and that powers some lights up there, so if it ever gets dark and traffic keeps going by, I can work at night. I've also got some really neat blue LED strips running around the side, so at night it looks really funky and cyberpunk and all that sort of stuff. Of course, I made it so there's enough room to store Marduk in here. So she'll probably take up at least 10 feet on this side. She takes up, I have actually managed to squeeze her onto a little 8x8 platform. So, depending on how I fold her up, she'll be able to be in here in quite a bit of considerable space. And a semi-truck going by. But even when Marduk's all spread out and stuff, there should be more than enough room to actually do work on all the various projects. Now, some of you might not have been subscribed to the YouTube channel when some of these projects were in their heyday. I'll just go over them and give you a little description of what you're looking at here. This is Judd McStud. He is a large puppet suit, essentially, in the style of those Japanese Skeletonics fellas. The difference is that I have to deal with traffic going by, and that this unit would probably run you at most $100 to build yourself. Skeletonics were selling theirs for like $90,000 or something, and I haven't heard of anyone even buying one, and they've been around for 10 years. So, eventually I'm going to be doing a how-to video on building your own Skeletonic type thing, and I'll probably have to clean Judd McStud up in the meantime. But half the fun of having robot projects is, well, building them. Alright, next we have the poor remains of Talos, the second giant robot I was working on. Now, this was actually back in the snowblower propulsion days, which means that a lot of his, Talos is a he. More traffic going by. I'm not sure how that's being picked up on the camera, but nah. As I was saying, this was back in the snowblower propulsion days, so a lot of the systems in here are actually manual. Talos was more or less essentially a Judd McStud who was pushed along with a snowblower, as was Marduk at one point. Maybe I'll throw up some footage of that so you can see exactly what it looked like. It was pretty janky, but converting to all electricity is good, because then you can run it indoors and not have to worry about, gasoline fumes and whatnot. Now, I am going to be overhauling Talos completely once I get Marduk done, and Talos is going to be like the public, people-friendly production model. Maybe I'll try to make, I don't know, janky giant robots and sell them. Yeah, you can take a peek inside. It's kind of dirty and yucky in here. And dark. Because all the electrical systems have pretty much been stripped out for safety reasons. But I'm definitely going to be redoing Talos completely. So, that people-friendly sort of thing. Ugh. Also, hopefully, Talos is going to be a walker, like Marduk will be, with the addition of a rotating torso. So that way, it'll be a bit more fun. And of course, we have this. Started work on making some Fallout-esque power armor, using the old power armor project I've had for a while. And more traffic going by. For being in the middle of nowhere, I live by a quite busy road. So, what's unique about this unit right here is the only computers are actually just these little servo control knobs that I use to control these hands I got off of, like, Amazon or something. Now, it's just using, like, relays and furniture recliner motors, and actually every joint in this unit is powered. So all of the shoulders are powered. I'll probably just throw up a little clip to give a little demonstration of it. Now, eventually, I'd like to make a fully automated set of power armor where, it's just a robot you go in and have a ride along in, pretty much. But that is probably going to be about a year away before I start development on that, because I must finish my current projects first. So, but for this particular unit, I'm probably going to re-add on the passive legs that I had for the older version. It's just that version was very unsafe, and if I fell down, I would hurt myself, so that is not very good. Maybe eventually I'll look into, I don't know, making something safe enough to sell to people too, in the vein of power armor. But that is also, a bit in the future. I first have to make sure everything functions first before I go tooting my own horn about having power armor, because I am a perfectionist. And if something is not up to my own high standards, I do not feel good about releasing it. The power armor support is kind of janky. I threw it together using just like some spare bits and bobs. So, as is usual with all my stuff, trying to make it as cheap as possible, because that way, you can make lots of it. You can make it easily. It doesn't hurt your wallet. And a little catchphrase I like to use: you break the giant robot and not the bank. So, I suppose that will be all for this update video. I have been waffling along what feels like for quite a bit. And, something that is kind of useful, at least about this tent sort of thing, is that it actually has windows. So, if it gets hot during the summer, all I gotta do is pull the Velcro back, and I have some nice ventilation. And, since I've got like a power strip over there, I can bring fans and all that fancy sort of thing. And probably, given the thickness of this tarp, over the next few months, I'm probably going to get some more tarps to put on top of it. That way, it helps support the actual tarp that's holding everything up. And maybe put like some PVC between these poles. That way it gives some more support for any snow or whatever that may pile up. But I'll also be getting a snow roof clearing shovelly thingamajig I've got in the garage out, and clearing that off. I want this thing to last for quite a while, and I don't want it ending up like that spider of a shelter over there. And look at all these spare tires. What fun could I do with these? Maybe make a mech knock them over or something? I don't know. Maybe just have them decorative. Bury half of them in the ground and use it for decorative edging. I don't know. But yeah, I suppose that will be all for this update video. So you'll see what I've been doing. Hear me waffling on, rambling, stuttering and spluttering. And hey, if you like these sort of informal update videos, let me know, and I'll just try to ramble some more about random crap. It would be fun to actually do live streams. I mean, I do have a bunch of model kits that I could live stream me assembling, and you can yell at me for being horrible at assembling them, but that is something in the future I will be considering. Lots of stuff has to happen before then. One thing I just forgot to mention is that this door is actually kind of low. It's not going to be tall enough to fit Marduk through, so what I'm going to be doing is building some wooden big roller doors to replace this canvas thing. And it'll also make it look a little more cyberpunky, sci-fi, and all that sort of fun stuff. So, if you do enjoy my content, and you want more content like this, me rambling about these homemade mechs and things, leave a comment in the thingamajig, and if you like what I do, like, subscribe, share it with others, and have a good day and a happy new year. Bye-bye.